today's lesson, I'm going to teach you how to set up a web server using VMware. You can also use VirtualBox or Hyper-V. The first thing that you will want to do is download either one of those, but I'm going to be using VMware. And after that, you will want to download the Ubuntu desktop version ISO file. I'll go ahead and put the link in the description for that. But basically, it looks like this. So right here. Alright, after you have that downloaded, you will want to create a new virtual machine. So create a new virtual machine. And then you'll want to click typical and then next. I will install the operating system later. Next. Linux, Ubuntu, next. And name it Linux server or whatever you want to name it. Video. Next, and keep it how it is. Split virtual disk into multiple files. Go ahead and just keep it 20 gigabytes. Next, and then finish. Okay, so the next thing that you will want to do is go to Edit, Virtual Network Editor, change settings, yes, and then click on NAT. Okay. Alright, the reason that I had to do that is because I tried to leave the regular settings, like you can click on there and put NAT, as you can see it already says that, but for some reason it was not working for me, so I did that and then it worked for me. You're more than welcome to try to leave your network adapter at NAT and see if it'll work for you, but in my experience it just didn't work for me, so that was my workaround. Go ahead and click on Edit Virtual Machine Settings. And here's your memory. It's at 4 gigabytes. Up it up a little bit. I'm going to put it in the middle, not quite 8 gigabytes. Then click on the CD/DVD SATA. Use ISO image file. Browse. Okay, so it was in my download, so wherever you saved it. Click OK. Open. Now click on your network adapter. Click Custom. Okay, since I already have a NAT one configured, it won't let me do another one that I'm seeing. So I'm going to pick 2. So I'm going to go ahead and put 2. And then OK. And now power on your virtual machine. Alright, while that's loading, I wanted to go ahead and talk about something. Just a little side note. If you would like to support these videos and help me out to make better content, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/karostech. I will put it in the description. I also have a membership where you get only members only posts, and you can join my Discord server. I don't have a lot on my Discord server yet. If you have any suggestions on what I should add on there, just go ahead and let me know. And I also have this other thing down here that says when I reach $500, I'll buy a switch and a router, and I'll make a video explaining about them, you know, how to set it up and all that, and just cool, interesting things. So thank you. All right, and what you want to do is install Ubuntu. Then your language, continue for your keyboard layout, and go ahead and click continue, and then click erase disk and install Ubuntu. Install now. Continue. Where you are at, and your name, your computer's name, and then a username that you would like to pick, and then require the password. Continue. Alright, after you finish installing Ubuntu and logged in, you may notice that my screen is already full screen. Yours is probably not if this is your first time making a virtual machine on VMware. So what you're going to want to do is we're going to ignore this. We're going to go and we're going to go show applications and then type in terminal. There it is. And then you'll want to elevate. You'll basically want to be in administrator mode. So the way that you do that is you type in sudo su and then your password. Okay, after that, go up here where it says VM, click it, and then normally right here it'll say install VMware Tools. Okay, so once you click that, you should see a disk that says like VMware Tools or something like that. If you don't, go into the little Files Manager. It should be right here somewhere. You will want to click on the disk. After you click on the disk, there will be a file or a whole folder that ends in .tar. So what you'll want to do is right click it, copy, and then you want to paste it on the desktop. After you paste it on the desktop, right click it and extract it to the desktop. Okay? If you have any questions on how to do that, I can, like, if you want to visually see it, I can make a whole another video on it if you want. Okay, so after you're done with that, go back to your terminal, type in sudo apt update, and then after that, type in sudo apt install open dash VM, like V as in virtual, M as in a mouse, dash, and then tools. And I will put these commands in the description, but I would recommend typing it out. That way you can kind of get some Linux commands if you would like. And after you're done with that, you'll have to restart your virtual machine, or you may not, I don't remember, but you may have to restart it in order for it to take effect, and that way you have this full screen, you can actually read things. Okay, now that I'm done with that, the next thing that you'll want to do is keep your terminal open, and you will want to install Apache 2. And so the command for that is, first you want to do sudo apt update. Okay, after that is done, you will want to type in sudo apt install Apache 2. Enter. And then say yes, or you can just enter for yes. Okay, after you're done with that, you may be wondering, how do I look at my web server? Okay, so let me minimize this. Type in ifconfig. Okay, so then it's going to prompt you to, you have to install the tools, so apt install net tools. Then type in ifconfig. Alright, so what we're looking for is the IP address that we have. And so it'll be right at the top, and it'll say inet and this IP address. This is your IP address. So highlight it, copy, oh my goodness, first copy, not HTML one, sorry. Copy, and unfortunately we have to open Firefox because we don't have Google Chrome yet. Okay, and then paste that IP address that you just copied. You should see this message, and as you can see, it's kind of like, okay, how do I edit the file? It kind of gives you a generalization, where it's at and everything. And then, so now we want to edit it. So if you want to make it look fancy and everything, you can look up on how to code in HTML. It's not too difficult, but I'm just going to do like a general one. I'm not going to get all fancy with it. So I'm going to minimize this. Minimize the terminal, and now we're going to go to files, other locations, computer, var, www, HTML, and as you can see, here is the file. Well, sorry about that. Here's the file. So you may be wondering, okay, so how do I edit this file? Well, there's a couple of ways that you can edit it, but the way that I'm going to do it is we're going to make a HTML file on the desktop, and then basically just replace this and name it the same. So that's the way that I'm going to do it. There is another way to do it. If you'd like to know, I can like comment below or something, or I can make another video on that. Okay, so open up text editor. You may have to go and search for it in the applications. Alright, so I found this on the Apache tutorial website, a basic like HTML code here. So basically what this will say right here for the title is for your tabs, you know how they say certain things like google.com. That's what this one is for, and then this is just the body of what you're going to see. So I'm going to put Rose Tech Web Server, and then I'm going to say, look, it's working. Now, when I tried to save this to the directory that I showed you, and then save it over the index.html file, it said that I didn't have permission. So I spent a while trying to figure out why I didn't have permission, and then I found a workaround. So if you can get it to save in there without having any permission problems, let me know what you did, because I tried to figure it out for a while, but I found a workaround, so I'm going to show you the way that I did it. So we're just going to temporarily save this as a different name to our desktop. So save desktop. I'm going to name it document, save. Okay, so now we're going to open up the terminal again. And now I'm going to look up my notes here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to move the file, so the one that's called document. And so this is the move path. It would be M as in mouse and V as in voice, space / home / what your username is / wherever you saved your text file, and then whatever the name is of it. And then we're going to move it to where that index.html file is. So this is the path /var /www /html / and then this is going to be the new name. We're basically overwriting it. That's what we're doing. If you close the terminal and you're having to open it back up, you will have to do the sudo su thing again, but I didn't close mine. So mv /home. Alright, and after you entered that in, if you did it correctly, you should see like just a blank spot here, and you'll also notice that the document, it has disappeared from the desktop. So let's go see if it did what it said it did. As you can see, it says look, it's working, and then up here it says Keros Tech Web Server. And that is basically how you create your own Linux web server. Hope you enjoyed this video. I also have some classes on Udemy and my own website. They're both the same. I'm going to make them both the same price, and I'll probably put a little bit different stuff on my website starting soon. Thank you for watching. I hope this helped you.